than ignorance. Uneducated ignorance is worse than ignorance. The quote is, uneducated ignorance is worse than ignorance. Now, guys, if you know about the word ignorance, people use it often, right? And they use it towards those people who like to spew out, information, and primarily based on their opinion, right? And my mother used to say, may she rest in beautiful peace, opinion is like the backside. Everyone has one. And she was true. It was right. Ignorance in the dictionary means not knowledgeable, lack of information, right? But there's ignorance brewing all over. And you have these people that really read books, they really research anything, but they have an opinion. Oh, and it's a strong opinion. It's a strong opinion, and they will combat you. They will argue with you with their lack of information because they assume that their opinion makes them look smart. They get all of their resources from social media sources. And not all social media sources are good information, all right? Most of them do not know that most of the information that comes from social media can be hearsay. That's not discrediting the fact that a lot of the social media platforms that we use do have, relatable sources and reliable sources that we can use to get our information, right? But a lot of times it lacks researchable information, and sometimes it lacks reliable sources. Social media. And now with AI, the truth is twisted a lot and winded up so much that when you get caught up in a conversation with those people who that is their only source that use that information, they don't cross-check it. So therefore, they're spewing out more of their opinion or more of the hearsay that they've heard from social media than going to reliable sources. People actually get an education. They're called journalists. And they get an education and they research information before they give it to the public so they can make sure that they're getting true information. And I think that people get misconstrued entertaining information from real news. There's real news out here and it's not entertaining. All right. A lot of news sources that you may see may appear to be news, but they are more so entertaining. It's up to you to do your due diligence to make sure that you are getting the right information from reliable sources. Otherwise, you are speaking or listening to ignorance. And when you are listening to ignorance, even people in your close circumference, right? A lot of ignorance that I see are people that maybe I grew up with them. Maybe they're in a close, they're reachable, right? Circumference to me. And you'll find yourself in a hint of their jealousy if you get your information primarily from reliable sources and they do not. And they are convinced that the information that they are providing with you, arguing with you, fussing with you about, in a debate with you about, is from a reliable source. They are convinced, all right? So they will argue with you and try to make you believe that that misinformation that they're providing for you is good. And if you say something that makes more sense or you have more knowledge, a hint of jealousy may occur. They'd be mad that sometimes you took the time to study. And some people just did not go that route. That's fine. People going the extra mile with education is a choice. And funny how he's saying something about Harvard on the radio, right? But some get mad when you speak, when you are the person that has gone the extra mile to get your education. Be careful. It brews up jealousy. I remember my freshman year, my last year in undergrad school, in undergrad college, I remember one of the professors saying, you guys are seniors. And be careful because in your life, people are going to act different towards you that you knew a long time that you loved and they supposedly love you. But because you've done this and many of them did not, they are going to treat you different because they think you are being different simply because you went and got more knowledge for your life. And that happens. I am a victim of it. And although they may not be knowledgeable about specific topics, they feel the need to challenge you to prove a point. What point? If their point does not make sense and it is not received well, They will make their conversation turn into something else. They'll deflect and turn it into a conversation that is going to be offensive towards you, because you are the one that took the time and went through the hard work to get the education so you can be knowledgeable, void of ignorance. Still, those will be the very people that believe that they have psychic ability. They think they are wise beyond human measure, and they feel knowledgeable on every topic, but it is based on simply their empty opinions. Ignorance. I've learned over the years, undergrad was a long time ago. So today, I've learned to avoid speaking with those people. Sometimes you get sucked in, but learn to just say hello. Do not converse with people who suffer from ignorance, especially uneducated ignorance. It can become dangerous. And I had to learn that. So sometimes I get sucked in, but I have to be mindful that, oh, wow, this is what I'm dealing with. And be able to walk away. Just say hello, keep it friendly, and walk away. Today, I understand that comprehension is valuable. Comprehension is valuable. It is a gem. It's like somebody putting a 16-karat diamond in your hand and saying, keep it. Comprehension, value. Surprisingly, our ability to comprehend is offensive to those who lack it. Incompetence. Incompetence. Oftentimes, I've had to back out of conversations because people love to argue with who they think is intellectual because they themselves lack intellect. Many. And again, their sources that they get their information is not reliable. But they don't care. They have an opinion. And again, like my mama used to say, an opinion is like a backside. Everyone has it. So we have to be mindful that the argument is not with you and it's not with me. No, it is not. That person is arguing with whatever appears to sound smarter than them. And they are offended and they are jealous because you actually used real, reliable sources to get your information to indulge in this conversation, and they have not, so they are indulging in an argument with your ability to be smart. So they argue loudly to overtalk you. They are not paying attention to your sense because they lack good sense. I'm calling it what it is. Can I just keep it 100? Can I keep it a buck, like we say? Some people will stop speaking with you because your presence infuriates them when you come with your proven ability to have knowledge about life and life's topics therein. So to keep you away, they will stop speaking with you. Be happy about that. They're giving you a door to walk away from ignorance. Because they think you are trying to make them look dumb by just simply being the smart you. So boom, now you are being challenged. You are being challenged. Jealousy has ignited and that person must win. They must win. The word says, but if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambitions in your heart, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritually, demonic. I'll repeat it. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambitions in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. Says the James. I had to look that up in the word. I needed to find something that God related for us to be aware of regarding that. And you know, the Bible is the book of life. It is my resource, okay? It is my encyclopedia. It is my dictionary. It is my thesaurus, okay? When things happen in my life and I don't understand it, when I know that I'm doing nothing wrong, and if I am, just by being the smart me or you being the smart you, you know, I go to the word so I can find means of correcting that. Because I never want to appear offensive because I have an education, right? I've learned to back off these people. Let them win. People, let them win. Arguing with someone who lacks the knowledge is a waste of time. You will not win. You will get upset. You will get frustrated. Let them win. Be willing to be smart enough to walk away. They need that win more than you. They need that win more than you. They need to show you that they are smarter than you because you don't know it, but they know. They have to compete with you. They feel that way. It happens a lot. And this happens more to those who are raised in areas, right, where making money first has taken precedence over seeking an education and then success after that, right? I grew up in that area, okay? Where making money takes precedence over seeking an education and then your successes. So those people went to make their money younger, right? But they lacked the education that they needed to go further. I went and got an education. And then I sought after my successes later. All right? And I made sure I was equipped with all of the information I need to be successful in the area of interest that I chose. Those who choose education first will eventually get used to being treated different after a long time of trying to prove that you are still tapped in to your area, your community, your environment for those who didn't think education was a priority. You always got to prove yourself that you are tapped into them. That is at least until you realize that you owe nobody nothing. And you have to turn away and you do it for good. And you can't feel bad about it. You can't feel bad about it because you were pushed away. The reality is, you took the time to do the hard work and successfully you met the challenge of completing your education so you can have or know where to search for reliable resources when you are spewing out information that is relevant to our society. Many did not do that, but they still want to spew out information that they believe is relevant to our society, even though it comes from hearsay. Ignorance, again, is lack of knowledge, simply not knowing, right? So be proud without regret that you took the extra step to get your education and you used that smartness to bow out of the conversation that now becomes offensive because they can't give you facts. You came with facts and they are mad and the jealousy rises and you back out. Be proud of you. But don't dumb down for the convenience of others. Because I find a lot of times that I'm in these circles where people expect me to dumb down because they are challenging me with senseless, useless argument. I back out. I let them speak. I hooray them and say, you won. You right. You make sense. Because that is when the Spirit shows me what I am dealing with. I learn. While many can do very well for themselves without moving forward with the higher education, there's so many people that do very, very well. And I know many of them and I'm so proud of them. You know what I mean? Because they do very well with lack of education. And they don't need to indulge in ignorant conversations because they know what they have planned for themselves and they go forward and are successful at it. While others are just too lazy to do anything. But they want to have that conversation because you are who they need to challenge. That's facts. So life has its ignorance, which simply means, again, unknowledgeable and not knowing. But uneducated ignorance is not knowing and being upset that someone like you and I really took the time to know. Smile today that you took the time to know. You took the time to know. You fact checked. You went to reliable sources with reputable names and brands that can give you the right information that connects to your lives and those you love and the life around us that is being established. Smile at that because you have earned, I have earned, we have earned the ability to comprehend what is the value of a 16-karat diamond somebody put in your hand and said, go with that, it's yours. Smile today. Your comprehension is beautiful and it's a value, and you did the hard work. You did the leg work. You did the mind work. You stayed up late at night. You did everything you needed to do to get to the mindset that you are right now. And that is called smart. So, smart, beautiful people that God has created, Allah has created, the Most High has created. Blessings to your beautiful day. Don't dumb down. Smile when ignorance is before you and walk away from it, because that too is a smart move. Blessings to your day.